So hi everyone and welcome to the final training for the new starters. This is just really quickly going to be about having a calendar, having a schedule and really making that happen. So passing it over to you, Helen.
Thank you, Eve. Yes, so when it comes to like planning and scheduling your work, this is absolutely essential. I used to be the kind of person that would think planning time is a waste of time. I just want to get on with the job, but actually that can be and is probably the most valuable part of your kind of weekly DMO, because you need to be sitting down every single week, particularly if you're working a full-time or part-time job alongside building your Prove It business, to really schedule in your time. You have to treat this like it's an appointment. You know, if you are not treating your business like it's an absolute essential and you're booking the time in, you are not going to move your business forward. And I would suggest that maybe every Sunday or whenever is kind of convenient, once a week, you literally sit down with your phone or your paper diary, whatever it is, and you put your Prove It time into your diary for the next week. So that could be that you're fitting in 15 minutes during a lunch break. It could be that you're getting up every single morning half an hour before, put it in the diary. It could be that you're doing a couple of hours of work every single night. Whatever it is that you have time to do around your current lifestyle and your work, make sure you put it into your diary and schedule it as if, like I said, it's an appointment. You wouldn't miss a hair appointment, you wouldn't miss a doctor's appointment. So treat it like that, think of it like that. And if you do, and then you show up when that time pings up on your phone diary reminder, you will get that activity done. If you don't, what happens is you end up kind of swimming through the week thinking, yeah, I'll do some Prove It work at some point. And guess what? It absolutely doesn't get done. In this business, you will hear time and time and time again, consistency. Okay, the word consistency is absolutely everything. You have to do something every single day that you work in your business. So if you're choosing to work your business 5 days a week or 7 days a week, whatever it is, as long as or even 4 days a week, you need to be doing something every single day, ideally 5 to 7 days a week, even if that is just at the weekends posting on your stories. But consistency is absolutely everything, because it's so much harder when you stop and start. You lose the momentum. The people watching your Instagram are not, they're wondering where have you gone. The messaging that you're in the middle of doing, it stops, and it's really hard to pick it back up. Consistent action, even if it is something small in your diary, in your planner, every single day, is what is going to drive your business forward. And it is about creating daily habits. And when you first start, I appreciate what it's like. I used to have a full-time business as well, and I'm a mum to 2 boys. You're doing your network marketing business, you're having to add that in on top of your life. And yeah, it takes an effort, it's not easy. But when you start putting in your diary, it becomes a habit. It almost feels like if you haven't done it, it's almost as gross as if you haven't brushed your teeth. It's like, oh, hang on a minute. Those daily habits that I was getting into was making me feel so good, because I could see success, I could see things happening, I could see my business growing. And it will be hard, like any habit, when you first start going to the gym, it's a bit painful. If you decide to get up a bit earlier every morning, which is what I did, setting that alarm for half an hour earlier every single morning so that you've got half an hour extra to work on your business. Yeah, it's going to be painful to start with. But let me tell you, it is so much more painful if you don't do it and you don't push your business forward and you don't achieve the goals that you really want to achieve from this, financially or however that is. And once you start those habits, it's not necessarily about what you do in that time, although that's important. It's the mindset that you get from actually creating those daily habits. You feel like you're a winner. You feel like you're that kind of person who does those kind of habits. You feel like you're that kind of successful entrepreneur who gets up half an hour earlier. And that effect on your mindset just puts you in the most incredible, success-orientated way of thinking for the rest of the day. So create the habits, put the things in the diary, and just be consistent.
Amazing. Thank you, Helen. So really quickly, I'm just going to touch on daily method of action. So the first thing I would say about this is figure out how much time you do have and stick to it. Some people in this business might have literally 30 minutes a day because they're so busy. That is all they've physically got to give, and they, can't find any more time. Equally, you could work out your schedule and you could think, oh my gosh, I've got 4 hours a day that I'm wasting doing this or that, where I could actually spend this on building my business. So I'm just going to give you a few examples of non-negotiable activities. So your full-time job or your part-time job, studying if you're doing that, picking up your kids from school, putting your kids to bed, showering, hygiene, washing your clothes, cleaning, exercising, and self-care. They're a few things, you know, maybe the self-care might go out the window some days when you want to get your DMO done, but they're things that are non-negotiable activities. You know, you're not going to stop having a shower, you're not going to stop feeding your children. They're things that need to get done. So write a list of non-negotiables, and then write a list of negotiables. So this is things like partying, socializing, going out for dinner, going out for drinks, watching TV, scrolling on social media, sleeping, like Helen said, your lunch break at work, driving and listening to music when you could be, you know, phoning someone or doing your personal development. They're examples of negotiable activities. And the best thing that I can give you, the best piece of advice I can give you, is to treat this business like a business. Some people think because this is on social media, you don't need to treat it like a traditional business. And believe me, the more that you do, the more that it will work for you and the more that it will actually show up like a business. So when I first got started in this industry, I didn't understand that. So it took me a really long time to actually start seeing results. And now, you know, when I say to someone, are you coming on the team training tonight? And they say to me, oh no, I'm going to my friend's barbecue. I have to, you know, be the person to say to that person, is your friend's barbecue more important than your business? Because I understand the mindset. I used to be in it and I used to be exactly the same, but I've learned over time that in order to make this work, I'm going to have to sacrifice. And short term, I'm really going to have to sacrifice, you know, a lot of the things that I enjoy doing, so that in the long term, I can have that time freedom and that financial freedom to do more of what I like to do. So don't be afraid to, you know, cross Netflix off the schedule. Don't be afraid to, you know, wake up a bit earlier, go to sleep a bit later. That is business. It takes sacrifice, and we, you know, are responsible enough to tell you that that's how it is. And we're not going to sell you a dream and tell you, you know, everything's going to be okay. Just keep doing everything that you want to do. No, that's not real life. You have got to make time for this business. So to make a decision, how many hours a day or a week have you got to commit, and then stick to that. Like Helen said, there is nothing more important than your belief in yourself. And if you create a schedule and every week you don't do it, and every month, you know, you're disappointed in yourself, you're never, ever, ever going to get into that momentum where you're going to feel really confident and like this is all going to work. And that's the most important thing. So everyone's speed will be different. It doesn't matter whether you have an hour or whether you have all day to spend on the business. As long as you take them steps consistently, it's the same as building a wall, you know, one brick at a time. As long as you're laying the bricks every single day, you're going to eventually stand back and see the result that you want. Consistency is so, so important. I always like to think of it as a shop. You know, imagine if you owned a coffee shop and every single day there's cars going past your coffee shop. You're so much better to focus on, you know, a certain amount of time and a certain window of traffic that comes past your coffee shop, and be really consistent. Open your doors every single day at that time and allow them people traveling past to see that you're an active business and that you're serious and that you're there, you know, you're willing to serve, you're showing up, and leave the rest of it out. Don't worry about all the other people. You're much better to focus, you know, consistently on a number of people than you are to try and appeal to everyone, be really unrealistic, say you're going to show up 12 hours a day every day. It's not going to happen. So make a decision of, you know, when you're going to show up and stick to it and be consistent. And then the next thing that I would say is have a daily tick list. So the same as Helen was saying about the mindset, if you have a certain amount of tasks every day that you want to do and you're ticking them off, and every night you go into bed, you know, Monday you go to bed and you've done it, Tuesday you go to bed, you put your head on the pillow and you've done it again, after a while that momentum is really going to pick up and you're going to start seeing amazing results. So ticking off the DMO every day. Firstly, you want to have your social media plan pre-prepared. So what you're going to post that day, you know, some days you might be like running behind and you might need to just post it then and there. But I would really advise you sit down on a Sunday, get a few pictures together, get, you know, your copy done, and know what you're going to post so that you feel really organized. And then if you've pre-arranged that, all you actually need to do is post it. You can use the rest of your day to be getting on with the prospecting system, which is the most important part of the business. That's where you're going to see the results. So every single day I would be tracking 5 different statistics. Number one is how many people am I adding and starting new conversation with. So that's brand new people who you've never spoke to before, adding them, having a new conversation with them and putting them on your list. That's number one. You might want to write these down if you've got a pen. Number 2 is how many ask the questions have you done? So how many people have you actually offered the business to in that day? Brand new people who have never heard of it before. Number 3 is the preview groups. So how many people have you actually tagged in the videos, exposed the information to? Number 4 is the Zoom calls and the 3-way chats. So how many Zoom calls have you managed to either book in or actually do that day? And then number 5 is the follow-up. Some people might want to do, I love follow-up Friday. So on a Friday, I'll go through my whole list. Everyone's in a good mood on a Friday, so it's, you know, great time to interrupt people. Go through that list and I want to clear it, make sure I've gone through every single person and just sent them a little reminder. And then through the week, I like to be just keeping that inbox clear. So making sure that I'm getting back to anyone who's getting in contact with me. For some people, you might not have, you know, a lot of time on a Friday, for example. So you might want to do, let's say, 5 follow-ups a day and split them over the week. But however you want to do it, make sure every single day you've got that DMO in front of you, you know, you've got your list of things to do, and you've got your tick boxes so that you can do it like a to-do list. You know, makes you feel really good and it's building your business. So hope that's helpful. That's the end of the New Starter training. If anyone's got any questions, just reach out. You know, you can arrange one-to-one Zoom calls if you would find that helpful. But yeah, everything in this group is really, really here for you to make a massive success. So that's it from me. Did you want to say anything, Helen, just before I end it?
No, just go smash it, everyone, because you have got the most incredible opportunity in the most incredible team. So, and we're here for you basically, and we want you to have loads of fun doing it as well. You know, we want you to enjoy the process more than anything.
Amazing. Bye, everyone.
Bye.